Hello, 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 and welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle Life. The Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream happening every Thursday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. So here I am, Leslie Klein, here to help you learn and encourage you to live the Good Vibes lifestyle. So, what is the Good Vibes lifestyle? Well, it's about raising your vibration so you're living in the emotions of the higher emotions of love. Fear is at the bottom. We don't want to vibrate there. We want to raise our vibration and vibrate in the emotions of love, peace, happiness, joy, enlightenment, all the good vibes. And that's why I call it the good vibes lifestyle, because this is about learning how to live in those higher vibrations. And it's not easy to do in a world that's so filled with trauma and gloom and doom, really, when you look at the news. So it's real important to feed our subconscious, feed our consciousness, surround ourselves with positive vibrations, because what we put in comes out, right? Garbage in, garbage out. So good stuff in, good stuff out. And, using the law of attraction, where we're vibrating at determines what we're bringing into our life. We cannot vibrate in fear and bring in love. It doesn't work. It's like oil and water. It doesn't match. So with frequencies, when we're talking about energy and frequencies, we have to vibrate at the vibration of the thing it is that we want. So if we want money in our lives, we need to vibrate the essence of money and abundance and energy, right? If we want love in our lives, we need to do the same. You can't be a cranky old person and say, I want love, but yet not give love and not being in a loving place. We have to love ourselves first. So we have to fill our well. And as we're filling our well, we are able to share that energy with others out of our abundance, out of our overflow. And there is an infinite supply. And this is what people don't get. When we connect to our higher power, to God, to the universe, to spirit, to the great spirit, we can fill this infinite supply of energy. So we can fill our well with that energy when we meditate, when we pray, when we do energy work, when we raise our vibration. And then we have all the energy that we need to share and do good in the world. So that's pretty much what the Good Vibes lifestyle is all about. So I am streaming to several Facebook pages, to LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. So wherever you're watching, because I'm using StreamYard, you can actually comment. I can see your comments on the screen and put them on the screen and connect with you guys. So last week we talked about spring, and I was able to just a couple of days ago go to a really cool place. It's called Gibbs Garden, and it's in Georgia. And here's some video that I can share with you. Um, yeah, they're beautiful flowers. They had tulips and daffodils and all kinds of beautiful flowers and cherry blossom trees. So Gibbs Garden in Georgia, it's a 376-acre botanical garden that was started by Jim Gibbs, who had a landscaping company there. It turns out that his sister Liz lives on the mountain where I live in Murphy, North Carolina. And she and another friend of ours on the mountain went down to check out the beautiful gardens. And I'll play this video for you again. It was just gorgeous. And it was a great way to get into spring, right? We talked about last week about how we just had the spring equinox. So everything is starting to bloom. Of course, it depends on what your latitude is, because, if you in Georgia, things are blooming. But if you go up to Ohio, I don't think that they're blooming just yet, or things are just starting to bloom. So it's still kind of cold here in Murphy in the mountains. I haven't been able to plant anything. I'm trying to start things by seed for my garden. But yeah, this is the time where things start to grow and things start to take off. And in the same way, so do we if we're in tune with those energy vibrations. So let's talk about the astrological news that's happening. So last week, like I said, was March 20th was the spring equinox, and it was also the full moon lunar eclipse 2 weeks before today. So we are in the waning moon phase, meaning The full moon, we're going from the full moon, and, like I said, it was an equinox on the 14th 2 weeks ago, and we are going to the new moon, and it's actually gonna be a super new moon and a partial solar eclipse on March 29th at 7:57 AM Eastern Time, which is this Saturday. So we have had a lot of things going on this month of March, and can you believe that it's almost over? April is next week already. And I think it's all of these volatile energies. We went from the full moon and then on the 14th, and then the day after, we started going into Mercury retrograde. Excuse me. Um, I take a drink because I'm getting kind of dry. So March 15th, Mercury went retrograde, but it does go direct on April 7th. So come April 7th, disruptions in communications and technology and travel should get better. But just be aware, we're in Mercury retrograde right now. And this is just the energy that we're in. I talked a lot last week about how to use the Mercury retrograde energy. It's really a time to anything with re in it: repeat, revise, repair. You're revisiting projects and things that haven't gotten completed. And the best way to use this energy is to complete those burner projects, to tie up those loose ends so that come April 7th, you can move forward with the new projects. So, right after Mercury went retrograde, then we had the spring equinox on the 20th, which is when the sun enters the sign of Aries. And this is known as the new year. New astrological year starts with the sign of Aries. Aries is the sign of energy and growth, just like the spring. It's very individual. It's the I am, I am, and the identity of who we are, and taking our will and creating things, kind of like spring. So the big news is that this Saturday is the super new moon and partial solar eclipse. So it's a super new moon. It's super because it's closer to the earth than normal. So that means there'll be a little bit more of an impact. You can't really see the new moon because it's dark. It's the back end of the moon, and it's facing the bright side is facing the sun. So what happens during a solar eclipse is during the day, the shadow of the earth, well, excuse me, the shadow of the moon will cover up the sun. And this is a partial, it's not a total eclipse like the lunar eclipse was. And you always find these eclipses in pairs. You'll have a solar eclipse, I mean, a lunar eclipse, and you'll have a solar eclipse 2 weeks later. They always come in pairs. So, but people on the Earth will only be able to see a partial eclipse. It's not a total solar eclipse. So, as the moon is covering up the sun, the new moon means new beginnings. And when it's an eclipse, it's like triple, triple the power. So this is like a triple new moon. It means brand new beginnings. And the other big thing that's happening is the next day, March 30th, Neptune enters the sign of Aries as well. And Neptune changes signs. Gosh, now I can't remember what yeah, but many years it takes for Neptune to go through each of the signs and comes back around. And I'm sorry, I can't remember how many years it's been since Neptune has been in Aries, because I think it's like 18 years in each sign. So figure that out. It's over 100 years ago, I guess. Um, so there's lots going on with the energy, uh, with the astrology happening. So if you're feeling a little wonky, this is why we are in this transformation period. And we're really switching gears, right, from the winter to the spring seasonally. But we're also having all these energies of these other planets switching signs. So it's really having an impact on us. And one of the impacts that it has is changing our paradigm, changing our belief system, changing our worldview. And one of the big things that I've talked about for a while now is this UFO and UAP disclosure. UAP meaning unidentified anomalous phenomenon, UFO, of course, is unidentified flying object. So these are the terms used for these extraterrestrial vehicles and things that people have seen in the sky. And the UFO disclosure is upon us. And basically, the government has gotten involved in, well, has been involved actually, and has covered up their they haven't told the public about what they've been doing, but they've, Roswell happened, this has been disclosed. Dr. Stephen Greer, who I think is an awesome man who has study this information. Whistleblowers in these covert operations have come out to him. Over 750, I'm thinking over like 1,000 people he's interviewed. And he's got a whole archive that you can get online, which I've talked about before. But the latest news with Dr. Greer is that he has a podcast now, a video podcast, and his eighth episode just released this past week. So I have the tiny URL you can go to and to get to all his podcasts. And the latest one is the eighth episode. And this is where he's talking about a high level legal enforcement officials are going after the illegal operations that have been happening, the black ops that the government, well, really, the government doesn't know about it. Um, there's been a rogue element of the government that has been working with the alien or ET technology, that have been working and actually had communications, it has communications with these ETs. Of course, there are many different species or types of ET civilizations out there. Um, but Dr. Greer's main point in this, his latest episode, is that he's encouraging people who know about these illegal operations, either they're working in it or whatever, to come out and come out to him actually, because he's set up some legal protections, because he's saying that they're going to these high level law enforcement are going to be coming after both the government agencies and the um, corporate entities that have been working with alien technology and ETs and all of this. So, so this is a great episode to watch, so you can get caught up on what's happening. And he's getting pretty serious because they're only going to give whistleblowers a certain period of time where they can come out and get amnesty, basically be forgiven for the things that they have done, because they have done things like used they learn this alien technology, they create a man-made UFO, then they use those things to traffic people, traffic drugs, traffic arms, kind of like what the Iran Contra deal, what happened there, similar kind of things. So things are getting serious there, and so check out this his latest podcast. Now, New Paradigm Institute. Let me see if I could share my screen here. The New Paradigm Institute. How do I do this? Uh, do, do, do. Uh, Okay, let me see where it went. Here it is. Okay. So the New Paradigm Institute. Let's take this off of here. Stage and here. So the New Paradigm Institute, and let me make this screen a lot bigger here. There we go. So with the New Paradigm Institute, the way that this works, when you become a member, you get to be on their email list. And I love how Danny Sheehan, the head of it, sends out like email at least once a week. And can you see this okay? Let's see if I can. Yes, you can see it. Okay. So, oopsie. There we go. So the New Paradigm Institute, it's a free membership. All you have to do is go to newparadigminstitute.org to sign up, and you'll get these different emails from Danny that tells you about what's happening. And so he's meeting with a lot of the key lawmakers right now because there is a bill that for UFO disclosure and whistleblower protection that they're working on putting through the Congress. Not all of the Congress knows about any of this. So he's meeting, and a lot of the volunteers are also meeting with different staff, or they're getting ready to. But in this particular email, he talks about the Majestic 12 and how the JFK documents that got released last week mention this connection between JFK and UFOs. And Danny's also mentioning News Nation, this Russ Colhart, the journalist who's been following the story for many years now. And they're saying that the president was killed because he knew about UFOs, that he actually told Marilyn Monroe this, and this is why she was killed. So you just go to News Nation and you can watch this episode. And they talk a lot about the MJ12 documents. And I could read a little bit of this to you, but basically, they knew. um, Let me just say so, the government has denied all the stuff, but there are MJ12 documents that they did find out, even though the FBI labeled them as bogus. And they said that MJ12 oversaw the July 1947 recovery of a crash alien craft in Roswell, New Mexico. Also, said in these documents, they say that there is a classified memo from President Truman to the Secretary of Defense that orders complete secrecy on the UFO issue. So this is kind of the core of where all of this secrecy has happened, and this call for disclosure has been, you know, been out there for years. But I think really with Dr. Stephen Greer's work and also Danny Shan's work and all of the whistleblowers that have had the courage to come out, and they need the whistleblower protection because they have been harassed and threatened with, even murder of their family and all of it. So this is, serious, serious stuff. Let's also mention, let's see, MJ12 documents that also describe classified programs to reverse engineer alien propulsion systems, energy sources, and materials recovered from UFO crashes. Uh, Also, some of these MJ12 documents claim that direct contact was made with extraterrestrial beings. Um, and so there, let's see, one of the most well-known MJ12 documents is a 1952 briefing prepared for President Eisenhower, and it overviews UFO incidents, recovered craft, and ongoing research. So, you know, um, this episode by News Nation talks all about this that you can check out. I didn't make a ton of URLs, so you'll just have to go to News Nation to check that out. So let me get out of there and come back to here. So, what I did want to share with you about the whole UFO disclosure is that, like I said, with Danny Sheehan is with the New Paradigm Institute, and there's the website newparadigminstitute.com, where you can go and get all kinds of information about what's happening. Now, there is a subset of New Paradigm Institute, which is the Citizens for Disclosure group, which this is the group of volunteers, people like you and me, regular citizens, that are either you can be an experiencer or not be an experiencer, but just be interested in this whole UFO disclosure saga, really. And what's important about this, so if you sign up to become a member, and it is free. Here I am losing my losing my earpiece. It is free. to join, but then you'll be able to get the emails every week from Danny Sheehan, like I have been getting, like I shared with you, and you'll be up to date on what's happening. Then you'll also be able to be a volunteer to help get the word out, to call your congressman, to table at events, to share with your friends, to uh, get interviewed on podcasts about it. But this whole disclosure movement is really important because we are, the aliens do not like the nuclear weapons. And so there are all these nuclear weapons, and then there are all these crazy people that are in charge that, have access to pushing the button. So the ETs are very sensitive to this because when we do blow up a nuclear weapon, it messes things up for them. It messes up their communication. It kind of, the way I understand it, it creates a tear in the fabric of reality. So when that happens, they are, we're a free will planet. They pretty much leave us alone. But when we start messing with them by playing around with nuclear weapons, that's why they show up. And there are all these different sightings. Many of the civilizations, according to Dr. Greer, majority of them are here wanting to help us to evolve, wanting to help us, create peace on the planet, and also have access to technologies that are clean energy, get us off of this, dirty oil grid and coal, this industrial pollution that's been happening for the last 100 years. And Dr. Greer has written or created several movies that talk about this. The last one on The Lost Century talks specifically about the ET technology that the government or government and corporate entities have kept hidden from the public, so we could not, use this technology to create a better planet for ourselves. So, anyway, this is what's happening. And again, the way to um, sign up and get involved is to go to newparadigminstitute.com. So I wanted to share about that. And now it's time to go to our Oracle of the Month. So, the Oracle of the Month, this month of March, this is the last day that we'll be talking about the Animal Elders Oracle. And I really like this deck. It's, I, you know, it's a brand new deck to me. And I really like it because it's kind of Native American based spirituality. So as I shuffle the cards here, let me see here, get us to this camera angle so you could see the card when I pull it. So we're going to ask Spirit for a message for all of us. What does Spirit want us right now, whoever the audience is, whether you're watching live or on the replay, what message does Spirit have for us today? And let me pick the card. And the card is Elder Spider. Weave your medicine. Number 38. Most people are afraid of spiders, but spiders represent creativity, weaving the web. And so spiders, their medicine, Native American spirituality, they talk about each animal has its own medicine, its own message, its own energy that can help us. So, Elder Spider, weave your medicine. An Ojibwe legend speaks of the gift that the spider offered to a grandmother who saved their life. The spider wove an intricate and delicate web that served as medicine for dream time. It was offered as a form of protection so that the bad dreams would be filtered out by the sticky, crisscrossing strands of the web, and the good dreams would stay. It is said that with the first sunlight, bad dreams would be erased. This is the sacred medicine tool that is now used by many, the dream catcher. Elder Spider lands in your sacred space today, weaving similar threads. It's a time of creation, and your current hopes and intentions matter. This elder calls upon your divine ancestors to protect your path forward, to filter out interferences and block bad medicine from entering your space. Sharing your unique expression of medicine will help to balance the shadow and light in this world. It's a time of focus, and just as spider weaves their web with great patience, you too are asked to channel this level of precision into your creations. Each thread you spin will make a mark, so weave with care. Spider asks you to bring forward all the untold stories that lie in your heart and spirit and pull out the ancestral knowledge and teachings from your lineages. Write, sing, paint, speak, and share your unique thread of humanity. With Spider Elder's help, your creations will be received in a favorable way. Spider speaks. I have a focused ability to feel into the vibrations that move through my web, and I offer this to you now to fine tune your senses to the subtle messages from the source of creation. There will always be shadowy forces at work trying to pull you off path or interfere with your pure heart and mind. Together, we weave beautiful intentions for your creations in the world, much like the dewdrops that sparkle on my web in the sun. Have peace knowing that I am blocking out negative energies so that only good medicine can drop in. And that's the message from Elder Spider, excuse me. Weave your medicine. I love that because, like I said, we're coming up with the new moon. It's springtime, things are growing, and this is a time of big changes, of big new beginnings. So this message is perfect. It's really perfect for us right now. All right, so let me take this off the screen and if you like this deck or any of the other decks or books I talk about, I always have them listed in my Amazon store. And the way you get to that is just go to www.good-vibes.tv. You'll be able to check it out there. All right. So, another thing that I like to do in this live stream is to share with you different, especially free master classes and events and challenges and stuff that have to do with this realm of spirituality and energy and frequency and vibration. And so I love the angels. And Sarah Hall is one of the angel channelers that I follow and on YouTube, and she is doing a master class, and I think she only does this master class once every 2 years. So you want to check this out. It's called Awakening to Angelic Wisdom Masterclass by Sarah Hall, and it's happening this Sunday on March 30th at noon Eastern Time. So let me share with you her page. Uh, uh, Here we go. Oh, I'm still share screen. Here we go. Discovery of the angels. Okay, so I need to get rid of that and share with you here her. There we go. So it's called Awakening to Angelic Wisdom, and it's happening in just 2 days and 20 hours. So she's an angel channeler, and in this masterclass, she'll learn about the first steps to harnessing your natural divine ability to communicate directly or to commune directly with the angels and channel the miracles of divine love into your life. Here's what you'll learn in this masterclass: exactly who and what the angels are, and why working with them can revolutionize your spiritual growth. You'll learn the divine purpose of the angels and the angels' role in guiding humanity's spiritual evolution across eons. You'll learn how to achieve profound spiritual healing with the angels' help. And she says, hint, you have the innate power to channel the angels' healing light into your life. You'll also learn the angels' messages for humanity during this era of shifting consciousness and how the angels can help you fulfill your divine purpose as a light worker and leader of the shift. And lastly, you'll learn how to work directly with the angels to manifest personal miracles in your life. Miracles are your spiritual birthright, and the angels are teachers of miracle working. So she's this is kind of like a preload to her course that she has called Discovery with Angels, which I'm sure has a cost. And so here is, let me stop sharing and give you the link. Here's the link. It's a tinyurl.com/ capital GVTV Angel Masterclass. And that'll get you to this page I just shared, and you'll be able to sign up. And I haven't taken her class before, so I will be taking it this Sunday. Again, the Aries, Neptune is moving into the sign of Aries, and Neptune and Pisces are both very spiritual type signs, or, signs and energies. All right. So the other class that I want to share with you is called the Manic Magic of Manifestation Challenge by Mia Magic, and that's happening April 7th through 15th of this year, of course. And here is the link to that. So let me see if I can share with you. I guess I always have to do it like this: share screen. And there we go. So there we go. Magic of Manifestation Challenge. So we go from angels to witches. Mia Magic is a witch, a Wiccan, and she's going to talk about, or in this challenge, it's an adventure through the ultimate manifestation playground. And let's see, it's a 7-day journey to shatter doubt, embrace your magic, and manifest your most outrageous dreams. So you can go to this website and learn all about, to see if this is something that you would like, to get into. I talked a little bit about it last week, um, but Wicca and magic is, I feel, very natural part of living in our world, and the Wiccan energy is more tied. It's a pagan. It's a earth religion. Let's put it that way. An earth religion, just like the Native American spirituality and other Native peoples, are very much in tune with the earth and with Mother Earth, and respecting all the energies of the earth and realizing that we're part of that. Versus the angels are more ethereal. Yeah, so you may be more drawn to Mia Magic or Sarah Hall. Either way, it's all good. And I just wanted to share with you some of that. Now, I do plan on taking this challenge as well. And so I'll see you there if you are going. And again, tinyurl.com/ capital GVTV manifestation. And that's the link for that um, challenge class that Mia is teaching. So it is time for our tip of the week to raise our vibration. And so last week's tip of the week was to meditate during the spring equinox, because it was the spring equinox that very day. And I hope you did that. I also gave you a guided meditation that you could use. So it'd be great to know, if, and put it in the comments if that was something that you did do. And, what did you get from that meditation? I would love to know. So this week's tip of the week is to write down 3 to 5 new moon intentions and meditate on them during the solar eclipse new moon. And again, it's a super moon, so it's got a little extra umph than a regular, new moon. So this is a great technique to raise your vibration, because you're getting in tune with the energies that we're in right now, with spring, with this, new beginnings of a super new moon solar eclipse, very powerful time. And you may want to think about, between now and the next 6 months, what is it that you want to manifest, and like focus on those things, because uh, the solar eclipses, the eclipses always impact you like up to 6 months out. So, as you're thinking about what you want to manifest in the next 6 months, write those things down and meditate on them during the new moon. And you will be amazed at how it helps you focus, and it also lets spirit know what it is that you want to manifest and co create with spirit, in this plane. So, that is all I've got for you for the tip of the week. And now let's talk about a little bit about spiritual activism. So the conclusion that I've come to is it's I think this came from Gandhi. Be the change that you want to see in the world. So if we don't want fighting, if we want peace and love, then we need to be the essence and be that energy. And astrologer Pam Gregory uh, had a quote here. I want to quote her. And one thing she said in a video recently is that in a world where misery is encouraged, and sorry, I spelled that wrong, where I have to fix it because I'm very picky about my the words being spelled right. There we go. In a world where misery is encouraged, love and joy are acts of defiance. I thought that was very good. In a world where misery is encouraged, love and joy are acts of defiance. So it's important to be the change that we want to see in the world, to be the love, to be the joy, and to, set that intention for the day when you first wake up. It's so important because we are in charge. We are sovereign beings and we determine what kind of day we're going to have, what kind of life we're going to have, right? Day, week, life, month. We determine that by our actions, by what we focus on. So it is important to decide what we're going to focus on and to focus on those things. And that's why I always share these tips of the week and different things to help you, help me, help us all to get a better handle on our lives and, make a difference because we are all energy and, it's really the energy that's real, not the illusion. So, one other thing I want to talk about regarding spiritual activism, one thing that Pam Gregory started I want to say a couple of years ago now, was to meditate every Sunday at 2 o'clock for 15 minutes, just sending love and light to the planet. Now, she's also kind of extended this to do it every day. She's in England, so it's 7 o'clock in the evening, her time, but it's wherever you are at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, whatever time zone that is. So everyone on the planet can have that 15-minute window to just send love and peace and light to the planet. And it works. I like to use the Global Coherence app sometimes. Sometimes I don't if it's not convenient. But this is great because you know that you're meditating not only by yourself, but with the whole group. So I love that. All right, my friends. Well, we've come to the end of the show. I hope you got some tips to raise your vibration and live a better life. And, I just want to wish you happy solar eclipse, super new moon happening this Saturday. Please be conscious and aware of the energy and really dream about and claim go for that ring, really dream and don't be afraid to go for your dreams, to really create the life that you want because you deserve it. You're worthy, you're worth it, and we all need you. We all need you to be the best version that you can be of yourself because that helps everybody because we're all connected. So when one does well, we all do well. When one suffers, we all suffer. This is the thing. We are one. We are all connected. And when we realize that, then there won't be as much division in the world and separatism because that's what they want to do. They want to separate us. And, if you're tuned in, we're all one, we're all connected, and that love rules. So, with that being said, I want to tell everyone thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Peace out, everyone.